Hey everyone, this is Nick from Mecha Warehouse, and today we're back with weekly update number 170, and officially the final weekly update. We're going to kick things off with week in review, so talk about what's going on this week, things that have been going on, things that are coming up, stuff like that. And on that same topic, this is the actual last weekly update. We're planning on starting the monthly recap format starting for February, basically. So we'll probably capture B-roll, capture all the other interesting stuff that's going on in February, and then publish it as a monthly recap, probably at the beginning of March or end of February. Not sure exactly what the day that will line up, how that will make sense or whatever, but we'll figure that out as we go. Hoping it's going to be a more interesting video, less of me just talking to the camera and more, maybe some voiceovers with B-roll, things that are going on, and just a whole lot of segments with other stuff that's going on in the warehouse too, and things like that. So looking forward to the new format. Hopefully you guys will like it, and it should be kind of interesting. The other big thing that happened this week is the HG Dendrobiums arrived. They showed up on Wednesday. I had them back in the attic days. I had one or two, I think, and I knew it was a big kit, a big PG size box, but it's probably the heaviest kit, definitely the heaviest high grade, but probably the heaviest kit that Bandai has made. I think it weighed in like 28 pounds, something like that. And I was kind of shocked. I haven't picked one up in a while. I did get one for myself, so Grail, my Grail, everything is now set. I don't think there's anything else that I need. Of course, I'll find something in a week or two that I need, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But the early birds for those shipped out. The in-stock orders, I think by the time this goes live, should all be shipped out. The rest are, I think, shipping this morning, the last few in-stock orders. We do have at least 1, 2, 3 more batches of them coming. We placed orders with multiple distributors to make sure we'd get some. So the next batch should arrive at a distributor potentially any day now. When those become available, they'll probably go up on early bird like the first batch did. So if you missed out and you really want one, I would definitely take a look and try to secure one as an early bird to make sure you don't miss it when it restocks. Just want to throw that out there. The other big one this week, I think last week I talked about trying to order more tools and get into a faster cycle on that. Display is a big part of that. We placed an order maybe a little over a week ago, and we're trying to beat the Chinese New Year, right? February 10th to 14th, everything in China tends to close down for the Lunar New Year, and it's a big deal over there. And I guess a big issue with supply chain on a lot of stuff like international shipping and things like that. And apparently our rep over there didn't expect it either, but apparently the ports, and I'm assuming this means airport because we're trying to go air, are already closed. They can't ship until after the new year, which is really frustrating. They didn't anticipate it. Otherwise, I think they would have told us, and we didn't anticipate it. We knew that maybe a week beforehand things would be difficult. We figured we had a couple weeks, we should be fine, but I don't know if it's a backlog of a ton of stuff trying to ship out of China, and they just basically are telling everybody, nope, no more stuff until afterwards. So unfortunately, there's a bit of a delay there. We expect that stuff to come in probably mid to late February now, but then we'll hopefully be able to get into a consistent rhythm once that happens. And again, really looking forward to having that stuff in stock more consistently and things like that. So I think that's basically it this week for Week in Review. Let's move on to Team Picks. This is where some members of the team show off something they built recently. Let's go take a look.
Hey everybody, Alex here. Today I brought in another Pokemon kit because I'm becoming basically the Pokemon master of this place. I brought in a Ho-Oh. This thing's been sitting on our low quantity shelf for a while. I think we only have like 1 or 2 left at this point. And I just thought it looked cool when I picked it up. It has the most stickers out of any Pokemon kit I've seen so far. And I put half of them on because I just didn't have the patience for it. But you could also probably get away with putting on the stickers and painting them your own color. It'd probably be cool if you painted it like the shiny version, which I believe is gold. But yeah, this thing went together easy. It even has a spring in it, so when you push down on its head, the wings flap. So that was actually pretty cool. The stand looks like a Pokeball, and Ethan really likes that.
This is Sean from Echo Warehouse. Today I brought in the Master Grade Goof 2.0. It is a beautiful kit. It uses most of the inner frame that you would see in the Zaku 2.0, so there are extra parts left over. Not quite enough to rebuild the arms and legs, but you can use it for spare parts, which is really nice. The inner frame is a thing of beauty. It's one of my favorite frames to work with. Seam lines are minimal, and I even kind of took some time to take one of the Tamiya weathering kits and start adding some shading around the edges to kind of give that pre-shaded, post-shaded effect you see with airbrushes. I'm going to detail it up. I'm going to add some decals and then throw it on the spotlight submissions.
All right, that is it for team picks. Let's do Q&A. So this will be the last weekly update Q&A. But if you do have questions, post them down in the comments below. We'll try to answer them as part of the monthly recap when we start doing that. And feel free, if you got questions for members of the team, throw those in there too. I'm not sure exactly what that format will be, but anything you got, and we'll try to figure out how we're going to formulate that over the next month or so. We did get a few questions. The first one, Justin OK2UV, question: how many different Mecha Warehouse stickers are there? I have some classic blue stickers and got a purple one on my last order. How long until I have an entire rainbow? So there are currently officially 7 colors. We've got blue, orange, green, red, purple, yellow, and now the was it white, gray, whatever that is. So that makes our 7 colors. We have a couple colors we haven't actually released. No one knows about them. I'm not going to tell you what they are. That might work their way in over the next year or two. But currently, those are the 7 colors we have. We typically ship either a blue or whatever the other color we have in stock is, and we cycle through those other 6 colors. There's been some discussion recently about maybe just switching to a single color at a time and cycling through those throughout the year. But that is currently what's going on there. There is a way to get all 7 all at once. We do have sticker packs available. They're relatively inexpensive on the website. Maybe we'll put a link down in the description so you can find them easily. But if you want all the stickers and want to skip the trying to place orders persistently throughout the year to get them as they cycle through, that would be the way to do that. Great question. Next up, Nike. Fun question. What are the top 3 kits that can survive a flight test without it becoming a plod-nade? So I'm assuming you're saying kits that would, basically 3 most durable kits that wouldn't fall apart based on an impact. That's a tough one. I've never flight tested a kit before, so I don't really know for sure. I would say, generally speaking, anything that's going to be compact and well built. Most SD kits probably would do better than other things. I've heard a lot of the Hexagears have fairly strong joints. They're almost more like action figures than kits in a lot of ways once they're assembled. So any of the Hexagear line would probably be good. And I don't know, there's probably at least a few high grades. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what I've built that would be super durable. I can't think of them. Great question. I don't know if I'm about to flight test anything though. Let's move on. One more pair of questions. Plastic Germs question. Would you like to see a new Gundam anime set in UC or a remake of the OG Gundam series with better animation and so forth? So I guess I could go either way. A new anime in the Universal Century would be cool. I do feel like the original Gundam made with a more modern art style and maybe, some slight modifications for pacing and things like that would be very interesting to me. It feels like it's hard to show the original Gundam to a lot of people just because some people get picky about things like animation, stuff like that. They don't necessarily respect or like the older style, which is kind of understandable. And I think that the more modern styling remake of that would actually make sense. Not sure if they'd ever do it, but I'd be interested in it. And then fun question, which Mecha Warehouse member has the most valuable signature? I'm assuming you're referring to the packing cards, which each member of the packing team, when they pack an order, they basically sign it, they put their name on it, and they put them in the box. That's basically limited to only people who've packed. I'd say probably the most valuable would probably be like someone like Orion who isn't around anymore. He had the little skull drawing he did on him, just because they're limited edition. There's not new ones being signed with that anymore. So that's probably where I would go with that. I'm curious what you guys think, though. Anybody I know, I've heard from people that have collected them. Which one is your most prized signature, I guess? And so that's it for questions. So like I said at the beginning of the Q&A section, if you have a question you want answered, you can post it down in the comments below. Whether it's a question for me, maybe another member of the team will try to find a way to squeeze it into the monthly recap when we do that next month. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time.